Hi, fellow traders. I hope everybody had a great day today. Had a good day. Not the greatest, but I will share my troubles with you here in a minute. This is the first time I'm trying this out on Ticker TV. I want to be able to do it every evening so that those that want to ask me questions while I do it will be able to do that instead of sending me email or asking me questions. You could ask me at that time. So we'll see how it works. I'm not really sure. Haven't done anything live like this before, so I'm used to if I mess up something, I can just erase the video and start over again. But can't do that now. So we'll see how it goes. So just to I had some people ask me today how do I find my tickers that I'm going to trade? How do I build my watch list? You know, most people in chat they watch Mike Monday, Wednesday, and Friday building his. And you know, I do mine real simple. I'm still of the simple minded trader. So I really do it as simple as possible. And my watch list in the morning comes from that big gapper list that we have. And then there's a scan that picks out the ones that meet my criteria. Has to have over 50,000 shares of volume, have to be over a certain price level, need to have over 75-cent ATR. A lot of little things that I add to it so that it narrows that list down. And then from that list, I vet them. I check the news, and then I check the daily levels, and I see if there's a window for me to trade. And just to give you an idea, this morning, these were the tickers that hit my scan. We had M, CSIQ, FOSL, and EA. And I went through and I vetted all of them, and all of them looked pretty decent. FOSL didn't really have any range at that time. I didn't like the way it was trading. CSIQ was a little tricky, but I liked it, long over a certain level. And, M, I like short under the VWAP. And then EA hit my scan right at the last minute. Matter of fact, I'd already posted my watch list, and then right before 9 o'clock, EA hit. And I have a rule that if the ticker doesn't hit the scan before 9 o'clock, I'm not going to trade it. I'm going to have my watch list. I'm going to focus on those stocks. And, that's where I'm going to be. My interest is going to be, that morning. So EA, it was between EA and M, and EA actually set up first. And I was watching this. We had a gap up on earnings. Then you had a conference call yesterday evening. And, it just kind of traded along the nine. And the same thing this morning. It popped up. And I was watching this level here, 70.14. If it opened and traded above it, and it was above the moving averages, I was looking to take it long. But I wasn't comfortable this morning taking this early. Yesterday, I jumped on it pretty much out the gate. This I could have done the same thing on and really made out. But I kind of waited for this first candle to print. And then I was looking at this level. We had the VWAP up here. And we had 71.94. So I was looking at this level plus the opening range breakout. And I really could have taken this trade basing it on this 71.94 and the VWAP being here and then being real safe. My entries are always going to be based on technical levels of support and resistance. Always. I will never take a trade in the middle of nowhere. Now, my entry may be a little off like it was today, and it gave me a 60-cent stop, which is ridiculous, but I had to chase it up some because I couldn't get fill. I started trying to get in here at 72.20, and I chased it all the way up to 72.50. What was it? 72.54, and chased it all the way up. But I still had a little over, almost $1 to my first profit target. So I like to do 2 to 1. I don't. I need to have at least twice the profit potential on my first cover area versus my stop. So ideally, this would have been a 30-cent stop with a $1.20, to my initial profit target. This was my first. This was my second. Then the third was going to be however far it could get before it, turned over. I got in 900 shares, so I broke that down into three covers. If I'm in 1,000, I'll break that into 4 covers. If I'm in, 1,200, same way, 4 on up. But if I'm less than 1,000, I'll break it up into 3 covers into thirds, and that's what I was going to do here. But what happened, I got in a little too late. Had to chase it up, so I had um this big window to my stop. And that plays with your emotions. Knowing that there's a 60-cent stop and knowing what your position size is, you automatically know, how much money you can lose if this thing turns and goes the wrong way. So I'm really concerned about it. And it causes me to cover early. So I covered a piece here at 73.07, which was really early. This was my target here for the first one, 73.48. So this really messed up my risk reward parameters, and it was just an emotional cover, which happens to me, a lot. And it always happens when I don't get the entry that I really need to get. And even though I'm making money, it's still not I'm still not comfortable in the trade because it didn't start out right. And a lot of times if you don't start out with a good entry, that affects you throughout the whole trade. And that's really what happened here. And I took more profit here on this candle, prior to hitting 73.48. And then that forced me to take the rest of it off, my last 300 shares here at 73.60. And I was all out. And really, I wanted to have another piece for this run up that I felt was coming. So once I got all out, this candle opened and turned red. I mean, it turned green on me. So I went ahead and took, let's see, got in here at 73.70, and it ran up to 73.90, 73.99, I think. Yeah, 73.99, almost 74 bucks. But I didn't get a chance to cover anything because it ran up too quick. Plus, I'm looking for this level here because whenever I'm getting in on a secondary move, I only go in half size, and once it confirms, I'll add in full and then take off at my first target. So covering here didn't make sense when I was only in half a position. So I was waiting for the move up. It eventually washed out 30 cents away from my entry. That took me out. And then it closed below this level here. So that closed below that level, plus I was 30 cents to the bad. I had to take it off. And then this thing turned around and pushed up and made the move that I wanted to make. So you can see a bad entry ended up affecting not only this trade and limiting the potential profit I made, it actually caused me to lose 30 cents on this next trade. Even though I was still profitable, I wasn't very happy, with myself that I let, that this happened. So, luckily I had to go to the doctor and I was able to get away and kind of clear my head of that. So when I came back, my chart was still up, and I was watching another opportunity. Here we sold off, and we had all of this resistance, the 9, the 20, the VWAP, everything right here, plus this 73.48 level that I was taking a trade off of here. So I went ahead and got short here at 73. It was as safe as you can get because of all this above it. So I went in, covered, took my first cover here. And the reason why I did that, because it was really moving slow. So 72.34 here, this was still, my next profit target, 71.94. And it pushed up, never did close above the 20. So as long as the price action doesn't close above the level that I'm basing the trade off of, then the trade is still viable. So I kept it on, and we got the move down, and it kind of tested it again. Then we got another, run down. It actually opened here and kind of sold off pretty quick, but I was able to cover some here in the 20s and a 72.20, and then it began to, get bought back up. And when this candle formed, I call this a reversal hammer. A lot of times, if a stock's going to reverse direction, you're going to find a hammer with the wick to the side that it was trending, and then it gets bought right back up, and then it closes, on the high, or it closes on the low if it's, if it's going the other way. And I knew that this thing was probably going to stop me out, because this is one of these things we look for when we're looking for a reversal trade. But I waited until it breached the 9. Once it went over the 9 and the 20 and it confirmed, I went ahead and got out. But it was break even on the last little bit I had. So that was a pretty decent trade. It was slow. Made some good profit. And, I'm happy. That's all I look for every day, to come in the market, to make some profit. I want to at least make my daily goal. But I don't watch my P&L. I don't know how much I made. I can kind of add in the back of my mind, because I know what my share size was, and I know how much, I got. So I can have an idea of how much I made, but I don't look at my P&L until later that evening to, really get a good idea of what I've done. And that takes another level of emotion off. So I did real good here. My patience was shot here because of the bad entry. Ended up getting a red trade out of the deal. And my patience was spot on here. After I went, kind of took a step back and, hit the reset button and came in and had a nice solid trade. And I do that every day. Every day between 11 and 1, I will take, a little lunch break there. Just depends on if I'm in a trade, if I get to go later, or if I can leave right at 11. But grabbing something to eat, sometimes sitting out on the deck, eating it, waiting, just hit a reset button. Don't sit in front of the computer all day staring at charts. You have to walk away, especially if you didn't trade the way you wanted to in the earlier session. And even more so if you have a couple of losses. So, hitting that reset button, refreshing yourself, coming back, and it's a new session. And that's helped me a lot in, turning my day around. So that was it for me today. I hope, I have a good day tomorrow, a little bit more opportunities. Couldn't find any good reversal trades or any reversal setups to hit today, but they're sporadic like that. You can hit 1 or 2 a week and make some good money on it. That's all you really need. But I'm real selective in all my setups, really. So you will not see me trade a lot, and you will not see me chasing, a whole lot of other trades. If it's not on my scan, if it's not on my watch, you won't see me trading it. But that's all I have today. Tomorrow, I will, depending on how this turns out. If it worked right on Ticket TV, tomorrow I'll be doing the same thing. We'll start getting the time set. I'm thinking more like 7 o'clock, between 6 and 7 o'clock every day. But I'll let once I get that set up. But I hope everybody has a great evening, a great night, or a great morning if you're down under. And I'll see everybody tomorrow in chat.